Hey guys, hey guys, Mitch here back at PAX West. We are talking with Ark, Scorched Earth, the new expansion for Ark, a way more deadly version that has just come out. I've got Kate here, senior developer, designer, close enough. So you were saying it's a much more lethal version of what people have been playing, minus the fact that people get to ride dragons here at the event and in game. What's the new content that you guys brought out for Ark?
So we've been working on kind of a more of a fantasy, more of a mythical themed set of creatures for this. The Scorched Earth is a desert themed expansion, of course. We are focusing a lot of elements on gameplay, on things like managing your heat, managing your water, managing specific resources like that. We've got a bunch of really cool, just really brilliant, really beautiful, well-animated creatures now. We brought some new animators on who have done some fantastic work with these new things. You can come see at the booth that we've got a giant wyvern here. They are wyverns. They're kind of the centerpiece of this particular expansion in that we spent a lot of time working on kind of unique mechanics for interacting with these creatures, not just in the way that you raise them, but also in the way that they fight and the uniquity of the models, the quality that we actually put into the creation of these things. The wyverns were kind of the centerpiece that we decided on. There is actually a huge, beautiful trench that sits along the outskirts of a mountainside that you can go down to, and inside this trench is where the wyverns live. The only way to get a wyvern for yourself is to dive into that trench and steal one of their eggs. There's no other way to get one of these things, and if you steal their eggs, they are immediately furious with you, and the wrath of hell swoops in, and you're dealing with a bunch of angry, extremely powerful creatures. So getting a hold of one of these things is going to be difficult, but they're really powerful, and they're really beautiful things. They're so much fun to play with.
Yeah, we in the demo I just got to play, we got to try riding. It looked like kind of elemental rock creatures. There were some bugs. There were some actual flying wyverns that people got to try out. Obviously not available from level 1 or from the beginning because this is playtest. You guys want to show off the fun interactions you can do. But so when you start in this game, what are you trying to do when you first start out? Because obviously you're not immediately diving into said trench. Where I hear that you're pretty much just trying to survive at the beginning of it.
Yeah, so that's kind of a familiar theme that you'll see from just playing Ark. You're being thrown into a very hostile environment, and you're looking to survive. Survival in Scorched Earth, as I mentioned before, is based a lot around managing precious resources like water. That's going to be your first challenge, really, is finding a source of water that is going to allow you to persist, because it is excruciatingly hot. There are new, they're not really diseases, it's more of an effect that comes upon you if you're out exposed in the sun for a long duration of time. You can get heat stroke. You are going to be either hot or hyperthermic all the time. Water is a really huge issue, and we've done a lot to kind of make water very accessible from some of the, we have spawn points that we actually, when you start the game, you pick a spawn point. You can just pick a spawn point from the map, and we kind of list them from easy to hard so that if a veteran wants to kind of throw themselves into a more difficult location, or if they have friends in that location, that kind of thing, they can go group up with them. But we spent a lot of time actually working on these easy locations where people can get in and they're not immediately accosted by something horrible and frightening and deadly and killed in 2 seconds. Like
There's a lot of very excited people about T-Rexes here.
Yes, we also have a giant T-Rex that you can ride here at the booth. But so we spent a lot of time kind of honing these and making sure that there was a level of threat. We didn't want to make it, okay, so you spawned in and you're just free reign, do whatever you want. There's no challenge to that. And so outside of just the general dealing with climate, dealing with the fact that it's very hot, dealing with the we have a set of new kind of environmental effects. On the original Ark, we had rain, we had fog effects, we had a couple of kind of like weather effects that would roll through, but nothing that was quite on the scale of these. We kind of turned it up way past 11. We have a sandstorm weather effect that comes through, and this sandstorm is literally blinding. You can't see anything but a foot in front of your face. Your inventory is slowly filled up with sand. Your stamina is drained. Unless you have specific items for dealing with this sandstorm, you're pretty much stuck doing whatever you were doing, or you have to seek shelter. You have to get inside a building, you have to get inside a cave, something like that. We have a huge and gorgeous electrical storm. The electrical storms sweep through and they disable any advanced technology that they hit. Guns, generators, turrets, anything that's in the path of these electrical storms that is technology is disabled. And so you have to kind of go back to relying on rudimentary weapons in order to survive. These are great opportunities for you to, for instance, if you're looking to siege somebody's base or if you're engaging in PvP in some way, to know when your enemy's going to be weak, prepare for that and come attack them. We also added in so Ark had kind of the dodo as its mascot. I know we have the Rex here. You think Ark, you're probably thinking Rex at this point, but the dodo was kind of the weakest, smallest creature. People loved it. It was really nice to have something small and cute. We decided we wanted to replicate that, but make the small, cute thing something that, rather than just being kind of cannon fodder, you wanted to take with you. And so we made these little creatures called jerboas. They're based on an actual creature called a jerboa. But they have a couple of really, really unique features. The most important of these features is that it can wear hats. It can wear a lot of different hats, and it looks adorable when you put hats on it. The slightly less important feature is that this little guy can actually predict all of these weather effects. And he predicts them 3 minutes in advance, and he does like a cute little animation and a sound that is synced up to whatever that weather effect that's coming along is. And so getting one of these pets, they're small, they're easy to knock out, they're easy to bring with you, tame, that kind of stuff, but you're always going to want to have one with you. And so they're kind of the mascot of Scorched Earth, whereas the wyverns are our big, beautiful, dramatic piece. The jerboas are kind of the thing that touches your heart and makes you want to go back and play with it and have fun and that kind of.
I like that the really small creature could be the one thing that starts triggering all those sieges you were talking about. It's the one cute thing saying, like tee-hee or whatever it says, and then you just go storm a base because you know they're about to get hit by the ridiculous storm that's going to knock them out for a while.
So it was kind of it was a really amusing thought when it first came up, because we were giving something tiny and relatively insignificant the ability to catalyze dramatic events in the game. And so we had to focus a lot on how we could make this thing attractive for players to have with them. It turned out really well.
Is that the hats?
It's the hats. It's the hats. Everybody wants to have the hats. It absolutely is. Putting hats on things is irresistible.
I mean, it's been going on since TF2 did it. I think everyone loves hats ever since that moment. So I know that with Scorched Earth, you can start characters in Scorched Earth and still be able to transfer them to the original game. And I know, of course, between different servers, you can go to the obelisks and go between servers, meet up with your friends. Is there anything else like cool with that you guys can do, or is it just supposed to be one direction from Scorched Earth to the main game?
So at this point, you can actually transfer back and forth with your player. Like if you have a player in the main arc and you want to go to Scorched Earth as a max level character, we're actually allowing you to do that. And you can take that character from Scorched Earth and bring them back. This is an expansion pack. It is meant to be more difficult. It's meant to be a more challenging experience. It's meant to be something you do after you've already kind of learned all of the main mechanics of the game and you understand the threat that heat and cold can provide, and you understand how to get out of harm's way if there's a weather effect that's coming through. And you know how to pretty quickly build up a base or learn what native plants are going to be most useful for you to quickly go get and collect and build up your power. So you can just start fresh in Scorched Earth. You absolutely can. A new player could grab Scorched Earth and just spawn in on the map. It's doable because that's what we actually focused most of our playtesting on, is the ability for a player who knows what they're doing but is starting on a brand new character can sit down and can survive the early game long enough to start branching out into more stuff. It's going to be really, really hard for somebody who's never played the game before, but they can do it. It would just take a bit more perseverance than it kind of does on the main island.
All right, well, I know that you guys just released, I believe, yesterday, which is great timing for PAX West, of course. What systems can people find it on, and where can they go to, I guess, get the game if they're interested? And I hope if they're already playing Survival Evolved that they would get Scorched Earth, because it's gorgeous.
So you can pick it up on the Steam store right now, $20 on the Steam store. It's got at least as much content as the base game did when we released the base game. So you're looking at like a huge amount of stuff in this. Not only is it a huge new map with a bunch of new mechanics, but we've got, I believe, something on the order of 60 new items that we've added to the game, like between 12 and 15 new creatures. Like, there's just a ton of content that we dumped into this, and it's about comparable in size to the game when it was actually released originally. So there's a lot of value in there. You can also pick it up on the Xbox store. We have released it simultaneously for Xbox and for PC.
Well,
fantastic expansion.
Yeah, I mean, it looks gorgeous. I think anyone's going to love playing with Wyverns and all the other new creatures. So, Cade, thank you so much. If you're here at PAX West this weekend, come ride dinosaurs, come ride Wyverns, come ride anything, even just in the game. So, thank you so much, Cade.
Being in a desert, it's like super cold at night, but super hot.